Well, it's not often that someone as lazy and as feckless as myself gets to stand opposite somebody as talented and as industrious as Craig Charles. The list of what he's done is endless. I mean, you could call him a poet, an author, a comedian, an actor, both serious and comedy, a DJ, both club and radio. I mean, there's a few others, aren't there, Craig?
I suppose. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's always been a burden.
Yes, and we're here. Well, what you're promoting at the moment is the third in a trilogy of albums.
Yeah, on Freestyle Records, we've done the Craig Charles Funk and Soul Club. Volume 3 has just come out. Full of bangers. It's just the stuff that, you know, with these albums, we try to give people a flavour of what it's like at one of our club nights, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a variety of music in it. I mean, we've got like, you know, sort of smooth contemporary soul and Omar from his latest album, The Man. We've got the title track, The Man, on that. We've got things like Julia Ashby, who I first heard working with Lack of Afro on his album, Music for Adverts, and she's got this song on it called Play Me Like a Bass Guitar, which is just double horny and absolutely brilliant. And you've got Lack of Afro with my son Jack Tyson Charles singing Missing Me on it, which is like, it's great to be a sort of proud dad, and it is a bit of nepotism, I suppose, but that song would never have made the album if it wasn't good enough, you know, and it's like one of the standout tracks on it, really.
Fair enough. So who has the final say of what goes in and what goes out? And it must be difficult filtering through that many songs.
That's it. That's why, I mean, we've done 3 volumes already, which is basically 58 tunes, and we haven't really scratched the surface, to be honest. We put a bit of Afrobeat in this time and a little bit of Latin. The thing about it is like, you know, the radio show, which it all sort of comes from, the Craig Charles Funk and Soul Show, is kind of is grounded in the sort of golden era of black American music, you know, so from the sort of 60s and 70s. But these albums are kind of like the worldwide and European response to that music now. So it's all the stuff. It's not a history lesson. All the bands we play, all the music we play is being written now, recorded now, toured and performed now.
I see, right.
So it's a proper, real sort of vibrant, happening scene. I mean, funk and soul has never been stronger in Britain than it is now. I mean, you can go back to people like, I mean, some of the biggest selling albums of the 21st century have been basically soul albums, like Adele's albums are basically soul albums, and Amy Winehouse and Mark Ronson and Duffy, and now you've got like Sam Smith coming through and stuff like that, and you know, it's all essentially grounded in that golden era of black American music with a European modern tint on it, and that's what we've been kind of highlighting on these albums, you know, and that's why I'm so proud of them, because it's like, you know, it's not about history, it's about now, and that's what's so cool about it.
And it's a sort of 3-album contract. When that's finished, is it going to be another 3 albums to come?
Well, we're looking at maybe now doing a thing that sometimes we do on our live show, and we call it the Orchestra of the Groove, where it's like we'll take one instrument and we'll run with it. So we'll do like a Hammond heavy section in the show, a horn heavy section in the show, a bass heavy section, drum heavy section. I mean, we might sort of isolate some of those instruments and do albums about that. I mean, there's loads of ideas, loads of plans, but I mean, I'm quite happy with the way they've gone. I mean, Volume 2 was like number 1 on the R&B and hip hop charts. It was number 1 in the Juno download charts. It was number 8 in the overall Amazon charts. So I mean, it proves that, you know, this music is alive and kicking, you know. So I'm quite happy being with freestyle. It's just a case of finding a new angle on how to sort of like circulate the music, you know.
And how's your club DJing going?
It's bonkers.
The juggernaut that rolls ever onwards.
Yeah, it's bonkers. We just never stop. I mean, last night I was in Barnstaple, a place called The Factory.
Yeah.
And I mean, we sell out everywhere we go, which is really good. And it's such a young crowd, you know, but we tore Barnstaple apart. The trouble is, Barnstaple's like 5 hours away from London. It's about 5 hours away from Manchester. It's just not close to anywhere, you know. So, and we're playing Brighton tonight at Concord 2, which is sold out.
Brighton tonight, right, okay. I know Concord 2.
Yeah.
So you must spend half of your life in a car, Craig.
I spend half my life with a little blankie and a pillow on the back seat of a car, It's not even a glamorous car. It's a Fiat Punto, for God's sake.
That's rubbish, Craig. I mean, I was thinking about this. You know, what with you know.
Even roll up in a Merc or a Rover.
That's rubbish.
In the back of a Fiat Punto, honestly.
I've got a Merc and I'm a skint freelance journalist. But I was thinking about this. You know, with all your DJing. Whether it be on radio or in clubs, and you know, albums and voiceovers and Takeshi's Castle, which is a favourite of mine, and Robot Wars and things like this. The Craig Charles pension pot must be looking fairly robust at the moment.
The taxman ate my pension pot, mate. You know, I mean, the taxman ate my pension pot. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do a T-shirt like that. See if I can make some money that way.
Restore the pension pot, but you'll have a chunk of that as well.
If I was that rich, do you think I'd be working this hard? I'm not that stupid.
What about in terms of acting? You're obviously still with Coronation Street and have been since 2005.
Yes, it's 10 years next year. 10
years.
Yeah,
10 years. I mean, that's a good old stint.
10 years on the cobbles, you know. So before that, Robot Wars lasted about 10 years, and
I did enjoy that. And Takeshi's Castle as well was another beauty.
And there's Red Dwarf 11 and 12 in the pipeline.
Oh, is there? There's some more.
Some stage, yeah, and I'm going off on a big adventure in November, which I can't really talk about.
Okay. That's a little taster then. You're going off on a big adventure.
So yeah, life's looking really good. You know what I mean? The wife's happy that I'm at the house. She hates it when I call her the wife. Jackie's happy that I'm at the house.
So all is good in the world of Craig Charles. You know, there's plenty of work.
It's quite good. There's always Sundays. Sundays is like the family day where I get to lie on the couch with my remote control in my hand and order my children around.
I imagine you get to sleep for quite a while because you're that busy for the rest of the week, going up and down the country doing God knows how many things.
That's the one thing. It's all about time management. I am brilliant at sleeping in cars.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when I'm at home now, I can't get to sleep because I'm not getting rocked to sleep. So you get you get that with sailors and stuff like that. You know, when they get onto dry land, they miss the rocking of the boat to get off. So I'm really good at sleeping in cars and stuff like that. So
well, don't start driving one now, otherwise that'll be the end of the Craig Charles. A glittering career brought to a grinding end on the M6.
No, I'm quite happy sitting in the back, you know.
Fair enough. Well, obviously your time's very important, Craig, and we do appreciate the time you've spent with us. Best of luck with the new album. When can we expect that out to be able to actually buy?
Album's out November the 24th. I think you can pre-order now on all the usual sites.
And it's called?
It's called the Craig Charles Funk and Soul Club Volume 3. You see the imagination we used in that.
Lovely idea. And what's on the cover, finally?
It's a picture of me.
I think that's a good point to end it all. Thanks very much.
Cheers.